Welcome to our September Business After Hours. Please help me thank KPR Brokers for hosting.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to introduce our host, Mark Kotowski. Mark, take it away.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here today. If you didn't get the cocktails, we have to do it again, I guess. We want to make, yeah, there we go. Everybody's, Nikki did an awesome job putting it all together for us. So appreciate everybody being here. Just to, like, socializing has been pretty crazy, you know, over the past few months. And I know things are not getting any better currently, but we'll have cheers to hope and improvement in the near future for all of us and our sanity. Looking forward to kind of just chat a little bit about what's kind of happened in real estate, since that's what we do and what we have coming up soon. But before we do that, we want to do the video. I want to share a video with you guys. If I can share my screen to you.
Wave to the camera.
Well,
yeah. No shame.
That's right, I'm just watching.
That was our video. You guys, thanks for everybody joining us. We wanted to share it with everyone. That was Patricia did an awesome job putting that together for us. Thanks, Patricia. Okay, so a couple of things from just kind of talking about real estate. I'm sure everybody, you know, everybody's really interested in real estate and kind of what's going on. So I grabbed some of our latest statistics and I thought I'd share some stuff with everybody. The housing market in general is really strong nationwide, fueled by really low interest rates. And we are entering into a seasonal kind of slowdown. So right now, it's slowed about 9% right now from where it was, you know, probably it says 4 weeks ago. So things have slowed a little bit, not a ton, but it's definitely slowed. Properties are on the market a little bit longer right now. Compared to last year at this time, there's roughly, it says 46% increase in sales and contracts. The cost of lumber is really skyrocketing, so that's one thing that is definitely impacting real estate right now. And then open houses from last year, the public interest in attending or being at an open house is 49% less than what it was last year. So that's I mean 50% nearly. That's crazy. So just some quick stats I wanted to share with everybody. Prices are obviously continuing to rise. If you have a house that you think's worth $150,000, it's probably worth more than that, what you think. So things have been pretty crazy of late. As far as what we're doing here at KPR specifically, I guess one of our biggest events of the year that goes along with our drive to be really great in our community. Every year for the past 4 years, we've been doing October breast cancer campaign. And what we do during this campaign is 10% of any of our listing proceeds from a commission or anything is donated to, this year we did the Aspirus. They have a special fund which is designated for women or men that need assistance in getting a mammogram and maybe some housing or anything like that. It's a new fund that they just started. And they said with COVID and people losing their jobs in lots of different industries, it's really in high demand right now. So we just made our donation from last year. It was roughly $11,000. That was from our sales. And we want to do the same thing again this year. We're going to do any new accepted offers with a buyer in the month of October, and then any listings that we take on in October, whenever they sell, 10% of that will also go to this. Like I said, we did Aspirus, we did this St. Michael's Angel Fund in the past. We just decided to change it up just a little bit, just to kind of spread it out a little bit. And I'm really excited about it. We've got a lot of people even within our firm and that have had personal experiences. It affects so many people, and it's something that we want to do to give back in our community. With that being one of our top, you can see our core values behind. We've got community as one of our really important things for us. So it's not, that KPR sold, X amount of houses or whatever. We want to be known for being the best, providing the ultimate real estate experience, and being really active and positive in our community and leave, that lasting impression with the community. So this is really important to me. I set it up 4 years ago. So be on the lookout. You're going to see our pink signs throughout the month. We change all of our listings that we currently have, and we actually hang a big pink sign on it. If anybody has any questions about that, but that's something that's really important to me, and staying active and positive in our community. So anybody have any questions on that? I see chat's got a couple of things. So no questions on that. It's pretty straightforward. We also have cookies. We've sold cookies in the past and donated $1. We're going to have some Facebook videos that we're going to post periodically throughout the month. We've got a whole schedule of them. One will be just kind of explaining what I just explained to you guys. And we can't really do what we normally do with the cookie sales and all that stuff. And then we also have a Mission Coffee partnership with them. If you buy pumpkin chai latte, $1 will be donated to the fund that we're going to be donating. We kind of keep that money all separate and accounted for. So that's one thing we love to do, and that's kind of why we like this September after hours, just to appreciate all the business council support on that. You guys have been really great. We've had tons of different businesses come in and buy 10, 20, 30 of these cookies, pass them out to their employees, different banks. It's all for a good cause. So we like everybody getting behind it, and we really do appreciate it. It's a super valuable resource to be part of. We appreciate it. With growing a business, I'll admit that sometimes I'm not as active as I want to be, but it's very busy, keeping up with all the demand and all the changes. Just COVID in itself, for anybody that's in charge or looks at being in charge to make sure things are done and in compliance, and it's just been kind of a nightmare since March. And understanding what COVID is and what the rules are and what's required of us as, an employer. And, the last thing you want is, oh, I walked into KPR and they gave me COVID. So, I did contract it as well. So it's been an interesting kind of time for us, and very frustrating and very time consuming, more so than just business as usual, which is why we're here on Zoom today. So that's kind of really it, what I've got for everybody. Like I said, our company continues to grow crazy. We've already sold more properties this year than all of last year. We still have more than a quarter of the year yet to go. So as far as this year, with the demand, the market's been really good, and our agents and our firm's been really successful, as part of, the support from the council and everybody on the call and the community. Hopefully they see the good things that we want to do here, and we're really pushed the local. We love that we are local, and it's kind of unique in the real estate world. Everything is a franchise, or the big guys, but I've encouraged our agents too to do more things. The breast cancer thing I've selected, but I've opened that same opportunity up to anybody in our firm if they want, have some sort of a burning desire or anything that they're passionate about, that we would do something similar, if someone else within our organization wants to bring something up. So that's really all I had on that. We've got to draw a winner. Is that,
Mark, before you do that, I do have a question, actually.
okay. Go ahead.
So is there a certain priced home that's missing in our market in terms of quantity? Because I know a lot of businesses on the phone or on the call here are trying to attract talent from outside of Portage County when they move here. Is there a certain price range of house you see that we don't have in our community that would be great to have?
I feel like we've got a pretty big shortage of most price ranges. I do think that kind of upper end, in our community, I'd say 350 to 500. I think we've got a fair amount of those, and I think part of the reason is the Torrey Pines area. There's a lot of people constructing in there. Kurt Bergman has some subdivisions he's building in, and there's a few spec houses available. Obviously, when you're attracting, talent, or you want to do that, I think that you've got to have sort of a different, a different range of homes. You can't just have say $150,000 homes. Depending what talent you're bringing in and stuff, I think that it ranges. But, I think there's some good supply in that 350 to 450 range right now. And I think that those are that's the most popular home that's available. I think less than that, they're gone pretty quick.
Another question. There is a large apartment complex going up in Plover, kind of near Mark Motors and back in that area. There's other apartments going up around. Do you see any sort of a trend from your standpoint? Are more people renting versus buying, or any sort of trends you see in that renting versus buying area?
So I guess I'll break it down, and I'll give you my opinions of my vision of what do I see happening, and I'm not going to say that I'm right, but I'm just going to just say, kind of casually what my opinions are on kind of the long midterm real estate. I feel that with COVID and what has happened with that and the way the world has changed so dramatically in the last 6 months, I'm going to call what's happening right now as like the great reshuffle. Okay. People can work from home. We get a ton of people. Oh, I live in Illinois, I live in Madison, and now I can work anywhere I want, and I want to see what Stevens Point has to offer. So we're getting this great reshuffling where people are maybe used to walking across the street to work, living in a really high, high rent district, packed in like sardines. And they're saying, look, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month on either rent or owning my property right in the heart of where I work in this big city. I want to move out. I want a little more, to be left alone. So I feel like with this great reshuffle, I think that kind of when things they're done kind of playing out, I think that these industries where people have really been hurt, they're talking about half of the businesses that are closing with COVID are never going to reopen. And I think there's going to be a lot of people that are hurt from it. And I think there's going to be a lot more people renting. I'm getting some emails saying that defaults are up on home mortgages. And I think we might have a little bit more of a push for more renting just because I think that people aren't going to be able to afford it. They're going to need to have a change. They're, before they were making X amount of dollars with their job. And, think about the entertaining industry, the hotels, restaurants, they've been hit hard. Casinos, you name it. There's just all those things that are really hit hard from COVID. You can only go on so long without, something happening or, the straw has to break the camel's back at some point. So I do believe that renting is going to grow. I think the trend is going to increase significantly. And, I think that even with the next generation and people not wanting to necessarily settle down as soon as before, I do see a big demand for renting and I see it growing in the future. That's my opinion.
Okay. Thanks, Mark. So we'll save the prize more towards the end, Mark. We're going to go into a breakout. But before that, I have to apologize because one of our nonprofit leaders is really teasing everybody by holding this cat in her lap from the Humane Society. And I don't know, Sherry, what's going on down there, but man, oh man, she's got a little cat there and probably has some other animals. So I guess we got to put a plug in for the Humane Society while we're on this call, Mark. I really want to, it's kind of embarrassing, but I'm sorry that had to happen. I think there's a way to kick people out of these things, but I haven't figured it out yet. So we'll get Sherry the next time then. But good to see you,
Can I
Sherry.
ask a quick question before
Absolutely.
we move on to the breakout sessions?
Absolutely.
Are you seeing, Mark, a change in people wanting a bigger house? Like personally, when I think about prior to COVID, I was away from the house for 10, 12 hours a day. And now that I spend so much more time at home, I feel like my house isn't big enough. Like, boy, our house is too small. Are you seeing that be part of the trend that you're hearing from your customers?
Absolutely. Everything is so home-based right now. With everybody working from home, they're so focused on their home more than ever. I bet I'd be willing to place money if there's any designers or contractors. You can't get anybody. There are so many people that are saying, I want to improve my home. I want to remodel. I want to put an addition on. You know what? I'm just going to look for something different. The inventory's tight. So, whatever it is what it is. But the amount of people that want to change of what I call the great reshuffle is the same thing that you're saying. People want a bigger home. People want a nicer home. I'm working from home now. My employer told me I can permanently work from home. I'm going to build an office. All of that stuff of what I see these changes, I don't think they're going to go away anytime soon. These Zoom meetings, this is going to be the way of the world, I think, for a long time. And this great reshuffle of I want a bigger house, I want a swimming pool, I want a spa, I want a whirlpool. I mean, if you contact any of those people, you can't even buy them anymore. They're all sold
Yeah.
out. There is no inventory to buy any of that stuff, and you wonder why wood prices are going up. I mean, you can speculate all you want, but people want a house right now more than I've, at least in the last 6 years. It's insane. And it's all has to do with the COVID and the great reshuffling and the Zoom technology and what people can do from home. And, the internet has got to be our biggest question. Hey, I want to live in the country. What kind of internet do you have? I need to do a Zoom call. We've had showings where people ask the current owner for their password to their Wi-Fi and say, I need to do a Zoom call here. I want to make sure that I can work from home. Otherwise, I'm not buying this property.
Wow.
Yep.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Karen, you want to wrap it up for us?
I do. I just want to announce our next Business After Hours scheduled for October 19th. It'll be hosted by the Boys and Girls Club of Portage County, so watch for more details to come. I'd like to thank KPR Brokers and their team for hosting and organizing this wonderful event. Mark, do you have any final closing remarks that you'd like to say?
Just everybody be on the lookout for our pink signs in the month of October. I think that's going to be super fun. Stop in at the Mission, grab the pumpkin chai latte zest. Also, we'll have some of the cookies there. Everybody stay safe. It's kind of crazy out there right now. We just got to face reality. The transmission is pretty wild right in Wisconsin, right in Portage County. And that's it. I appreciate seeing everybody out and about in the community.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Yep. Bye,
Take
everybody.
care.